Kanye West then pissed off the wrong set of people. And I think we're going to see the beginning of the end of his career. And I'm excited about it. Are you?
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Kingeries video. I'm late. Girl, this has been an interesting week. A lot of stuff is going on. I have not been in a good mood, but I am today, and I want to come to y'all on this Wednesday evening. It's raining in Atlanta to talk about a couple of things. I hope y'all are enjoying y'all day, y'all week. Girl, we got some stuff to get into. Kanye West, of course, I think maybe we are on the beginning part of like not hearing from him anymore, and I actually don't feel any way about it. Especially after this recent news about his rants and stuff. Like, social media has come, like, almost taking him off of the platform. Let me tell you something. One thing about it, you're not gonna talk about them too much. It's just not gonna be given. So we're gonna talk about that and some other like local news. There's this video of these two YouTube twin girls that are sitting into this, like, I don't know, it's like a crab shop or I don't know what they're doing. But they get into it with one of the servers, one of the waiters or something. It is just, it went left. I have thoughts on that. Also, we gotta talk about another divorce, Cynthia Bailey. I can't say that I didn't see that coming. We got to talk about that. Also, the sad news about NeNe leaks and my fave Brandy. We have so many things to get into. But before we get to any of that, let's go ahead and get into this mental health check-in. So honestly, yesterday I was not feeling it. Tuesday, no ma'am. I was not feeling it at all Tuesday. I just wasn't in the content creation mood. Maybe because I'd done so much last week, I was like just not feeling it. Plus I had a busy day. Remember for the girls who follow me on Twitter, remember I talked about getting my nails done and all the other stuff, and I got my nails done at this place down the street. I think they was diluting my nails. And I went to this place called Indigo. It's not too far from me. It's in East Atlanta. She's cute. I like her. Like, I went, girl named Asia, she took care of me. Like, I'm gonna go every 2 weeks to get my nails done. But for the girls, for the peoples, I'm not gonna say the girls, but mainly a lot of women get their nails done. Oh my God, how often do y'all get y'all nails done? Cause I can't every 2 weeks. Girl, y'all budgets. These men need to be paying up. Like, these men need to be paying up. Like, to get your nails done, your hair. I think I'm paying like $30, $40 for a haircut like every week or something. And nails, like, y'all, I see why y'all on y'all. I see it, but girl, nothing besides that. I'm having a good week. My folks are in town. I'm excited to be kicking with them. My dad's birthday is this weekend. I'm excited to do some things. Then another person's birthday. It's Monday. Next week gonna be busy. I have a couple of things to do next week. Y'all will hear about it. For those who are on Patreon, you already know the tea. If you're not signed up for Patreon, know what's going on. We've already did the House of the Dragon review. We talked about some other stuff. The tea is on Patreon, and the exclusive tea is behind House Martell on up tiers. But you can sign up for a $5 tier and get access to a lot of content. Sign up. If you haven't, spend a little lunch money with me, some Starbucks money or whatever. But I hope y'all enjoying y'all week. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the tea for today. So the tea for today is, I want to talk about, like, in ghetto hood news. I was on Neighborhood Talk and I was watching this video of these YouTubers. Their name are It's Twins or something. And there was a video of them in some crab spot or something. It looked like honestly, it looked like it was somewhere in Atlanta. Like, all the crab spots look the same. They had this Pirates of the Caribbean stuff, like nets and stuff everywhere, just giving very cheap decor. And then they give you a menu that's like, it's like I don't know, laminated. It just looks like that. So they in there, and one of the girls is like, you know, saying she's not gonna pay for the shrimp and stuff. They messed up her order and gave her the wrong shrimp. She was supposed to have crawfish or whatever. And she started eating them. And she said, you know, I'm not paying for it. They said, well, girl, you got to pay for it because you eating it. I'm going to have to take it or something. And it just went real bad. They got to fighting. The server apparently was pregnant when she was talking mess. They was on Instagram Live doing this whole thing. So they do content around, like, eating and trying foods and stuff. Somebody said to one of the girls, they said her boyfriend is trash. But he was cute. He did have some locks. I love being with locks. He looked like trash. He looked like trash Trey. But you just have fun with Trey and you just kick him to the side. Like, that's what you do. You just have your fun and you just kick him to the side. You don't stay with them. Like, you just don't. Like, that's something I've learned. But this whole thing was a complete mess. Like, one of my friends had sent it to me and he was like, what you think? As someone who used to be a server, when you put a plate down, you put some food down, that food goes in the trash, or you let the what's name eat it if they want it. Like, I had that happen to me yesterday. I had got a grilled chicken wrap, and I had got I wanted some tots, but they brought me fries. The plate sat down. I didn't say anything else because I'm like, I don't send food back. Hey, Justin, I don't send food back. I don't send anything back. If I don't like it, I don't like it. Like, I might read the room and see if I'm like sitting at the bar and the drink ain't given and the bartender like, you know, you don't like it or whatever. I was like, no, it's okay. Da, da, da. And if they offer to remake it or do something, then. But I don't send anything back. I ordered the drink. I didn't like it this weekend too much, but I just drunk it. Like, it's like $10, $12. I'm like, girl, you know, you try different things. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But to send stuff back, I just don't do that. And this is a local bar. One of my besties was trying to send a drink back. And I was like, we don't do that. And I just end up just taking a drink and I end up just paying for it. But they were in the right. I think both parties were wrong. The people, the customers, the girl, you can tell it was already a lot. Like, her sister was kind of telling her to calm down. A lot of y'all feel like y'all can come into these restaurants and y'all can talk to servers and waiters like crazy. Y'all come in with an attitude and y'all be talking to folks like they're nothing. And specifically restaurants like these crab spots, they're popping up. They're very known on social media and stuff, like the crab boys or whatever. Some of y'all do, like, I don't like going to restaurants where it's automatic gratuity, it's automatic this and that. It says on the thing, you can't send food back, you can't do this and that. Like, any restaurant that has this lets me know that they deal with a specific clientele, and the clientele are not, no, they're not those girls. And they be trying to, like, you know, do some stuff. But a restaurant is nickel and diming like that. They don't like folks sending stuff back and all that other stuff. They don't like common stuff. That tells me that the restaurant probably is like, it's not running right. Like, they have to make sure they can't, like, a restaurant's supposed to eat the cost. You need to put that in all the costs of your food, everything. It needs to be in there. Like, there's sometimes people going to send food back. Something's going to be misprepared. It might not be the service fault, but to say that someone can't send any food back, if you have to put that in your restaurant, your restaurant shouldn't be open for business. I'm so sorry. Like, y'all already not paying these servers a fair wage anyway. Y'all paying them pennies and shit. So y'all trying to, like, y'all ain't got the coin. A lot of these restaurants don't have the coin. They're holding on by a thread. So they be very hostile to the servers, and the servers take that energy to the people who are coming in eating. Same reason why I don't go to Walmart and I don't buy any meat or anything for Walmart. Walmart treats their workers like trash. Therefore, the workers gonna treat the people who come in there like trash. So on and so forth. Like, I'm not eating any meat in Walmart because the workers don't be checking the stuff, like folks be laying stuff out. I just don't eat it. I get non-perishables from Walmart, nothing else. Same thing with restaurants like this. You're not gonna catch me in there eating. You just won't catch. I'm just not gonna do it. So they shooting off. The girl getting crunked, and you can tell she was just already. They was probably watching them on Instagram Live. It was a lot, but the moment that food touched that table, that was that girl's stuff. Y'all messed up the order. She asked for crawfish and shrimp. You should have just brought her some more crawfish, and just say, hey, we gotta just suck it up. The restaurant has to eat their cost. But to say, no, you gotta pay for it. There's nothing you can do with that shrimp no more. She's been digging in and eating it. What are you gonna serve it to somebody else? Which some of y'all restaurants probably do. Y'all will probably serve that to another table. Like, y'all are nickel and diamond. I ain't eating no place like that. Once that food hits the table, that's it. That person is not responsible. I don't care how bad of attitude she was, Now, you don't send food back, and I also don't get smart, and I don't give negative energy to somebody who is serving me food. What is y'all problem talking to these folks like y'all crazy? You don't talk to people like that. These are human beings. Why would you want to talk to somebody crazy who's finna bring you a plate of food? That makes absolutely no sense. They finna bring you some food and you gonna talk to them crazy? Oh girl, there's definitely gonna be some spitting stuff in your food. I've literally seen, when I worked there at Olive Garden, I never will forget it. This girl who I used to work with, she, like, the customer was getting so nasty with her. Just going off, talking to her crazy. Baby, she wanted some breadsticks. She went and took a breadstick and wiped it around the garbage can. I swear on my... So she wiped it around the garbage can. And this is late at night, so it's like trash is just trash. Did this and put it in the, the bag and served to her. Let me tell you something. I don't talk to folks crazy. I remember, what was it? I was sitting in the car with one of my friends and they were just getting smart. I said, hold up. You ain't gonna be talking crazy folks in the fast food line and I'm gonna order my food. That's just not giving this. So you do not do that. You respect folks and respect folks who making your food. Like, girl, come on now. But some of y'all be feeling like y'all need to be in a position of power and then y'all talk to service any type of way because this is the only place that you have power. And I don't know. So both parties were wrong, but immediately after that food hit the table, you don't tell nobody, well, you're gonna have to pay for this. You don't have to pay for this. And second, I am not arguing with a customer about what they're paying for. If I'm working at Walmart, Target, Best Buy, I'm not fighting no customer for stealing. Like I might report it because it's my job or hey, they stealing. I'm not running them down. Like stop bending over backwards for these companies that don't care about you. They will leave you for dead, period. So stop doing that. So that whole situation was crazy, girl, but I just wanted to talk about that. Let's move on. Let's talk about some other stuff, girl. Let's have a conversation about this Johnathon Majors situation. Johnathon Majors is on this health magazine. What is it? Men's Health. Body looks amazing. Like he clearly has been working out, like doing the things. I think he's about to be in a new Creed movie or something, but he's been working out, like hitting it. Shout out to him because, baby, I don't think, I've been enjoying doing a little stuff at the gym and stuff, but that type of stuff, that's some real dedicated energy. And I just don't think I have that, but you know, he is doing it. So there was a conversation, I actually retweeted it, and it got a lot of attention. Somebody said that it seems that y'all only find people like Johnathon Majors attractive, dark-skinned people with dark-skinned, folks with big nose, wide nose, big lips and stuff. Y'all only find them desirable when they have a gym body, and that is so true. It happens a lot. Like you see that all the time. I see it all the time when it comes to a dark-skinned black man. Like like their body's giving, and it starts to become real fetishy. Like I bet their meat just giving. It's just like it just brings them down to just something to be consumed instead of realizing that this is a person, this is a human being at the end of the day. And a couple people was like, I don't like when y'all do this. Y'all always bring this conversation up. On the other side, there were people who were saying that Johnathon Majors is only cute from the neck down. Like there were people who were literally tweeting this, the same folks who were thirsting after Jeffrey Dahmer 2-3 weeks ago. Like these were the folks, anti-blackness was running rampant. One of those were people who I respect and I love so much on social media. Very talented. Me and him had a conversation, and he was like, I don't know what the purpose of this conversation, we're always having it. And I have to remind folks, yes, we're sick of talking about anti-blackness. I am tired of talking about anti-blackness. I'm tired of talking about a lot of stuff. But I want you all to remember where this energy is coming from, because we should be more mad at why we are talking about it versus the people who are bringing it up. We have to realize that, like, hey, there's white people who white folks use this same argument. Oh, you're always playing the race card. We're always playing this and that. These are real things. So for you to be upset at the person who is bringing the conversation more than the actual thing, it's like you need to reevaluate, baby, because it's not giving. But it's not giving. So yes, like Johnathon Majors, like people have said he had a civil rights phase. They said he looked like somebody from the 1800s, 1900s. Just anti-blackness. I've always found black men attractive who have wide noses, like strong black features and stuff. I've always found them in a non-fetish way that are beautiful. Like I find it beauty. Like I love this. I love seeing this. Because I'm also somebody who is dark skinned, who has a wide nose and lips and stuff. Like I think I'm beautiful. I don't have a gym body, but I think it's a conversation that needs to be had about, the ways in which desirability it is like moves, like how it is, like how what she does, like girl, how they pick apart Johnathon Majors and things, and how they call this man ugly, and the only thing they call him beautiful is because of his body. So think about somebody who has a face like Johnathon Majors who does not have this body. Also think about black women who are made like this and who are not treated as like they don't have any femininity or they're too masculine. Like we really need to have these conversations, and some people are just so sick of the conversations. And I'm just like, girl, we have some other things to talk about, child, but I hope that people do understand the Johnathon Majors conversation, a conversation about desirability and anti-blackness and how it shows up, how certain black folks are called ugly, and what is considered to be ugly, like featureism, colorism. You don't understand. If folks don't understand colorism, they damn sure not going to understand featureism. People are, oh, y'all come up with the isms, but no, these things have always been here. Like, people make comments about black faces all the time in a derogatory way. I mean, come on now. Y'all remember how high school used to be? Come on now. Y'all know that, like, certain artists was out here, you know, like being, oh, I can't wait to have some light-skinned babies. Y'all, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all know folks was out here having this conversation because I remember them like they were yesterday. But I hope we learn from the Johnathon Majors conversation and, you know, just choose to do better. So we have to talk about Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill, girl, are separating. Separate. What we gotta do. So they have separated and are filing for divorce. Divorce babes. So I don't know. I don't know. Was I seeing it? Did I see it? I don't know if I saw it. Did I see it? Did I not see it? I don't really know. At this point, Cynthia just needs to just chill. She needs to really chill. But we saw some red flags with Mike. I wanted Mike to be a good fit for Cynthia, but I feel like he was a little bit immature. How he talked about certain things, how he was talking about Cynthia, how he was talking about all the people he's cheated on, all his exes he cheated on, he's cool with them. And they was right here dragging him, and then his daughter was crying and stuff and was just like, you know, all this stuff was going on when you was not out here showing up for me. It was a lie. It was a lie. It was, ooh. Like, to sit next to your father while they talk about cheating on your mother like that, that's a lie. So they are separating. And somebody made a tweet and said, oh my gosh, like, you got all this stuff going on and Bravo camera's not catching it. I'm actually glad this is a person's life. Like, this is Cynthia's real life. It's not about like Bravo catching it for the cameras and all that stuff. It probably ain't nobody really interested in it, to be honest. It probably would be too much. They'd probably be shading and dragging Cynthia, whatever. But I don't think Cynthia needs that right now. She just needs to be by herself and focus on her other things that she got going on. Also, we have sad news about NeNe Leakes. Her son, Brent, possibly had a stroke and a heart attack and is hospitalized and is in the hospital right now. The doctors don't know what's going on. Like, people don't understand like how he's only 23 years old. And I was like, he's not that old. Some folks online were speculating about a lot of folks having similar things like this and like being young and, you know, not knowing where this stuff is coming from, and have said, hey, we might need to look at how long COVID shows up in people, because we're seeing this, you know, uptick of folks who don't have any health issues experience these same what's-the-names. I've not seen too much evidence about that. I'm not really sure about that, but I do think long COVID is a serious thing. I do think it is a real thing. Matter of fact, probably this Friday, I'm gonna go ahead and get my flu shot and my booster for COVID, because girl, me and my T-cells ain't got time to be playing. I got a couple of events to go to next week, and I just don't have the time to be playing around. Thankfully, I've never had COVID before, to my knowledge. I'm vaccinated and boosted. I just can't be playing. I'm gonna get this new booster. Well, not new booster, but a booster, another shot. And I'm also getting my flu shot because I feel like flu season gonna be a lot. And I had strep throat last year. But yes, I am sending prayers and everything to Brent and NeNe, because this can be a lot. Like NeNe Leakes, you know, recently, like not too long ago, lost her husband, Greg. So this is a very challenging time and everything for NeNe Leakes, and I hope she is surrounded by love and everything, because I can just only imagine, how scary that is, especially after losing like a loved one like that quick. So hopefully she's doing well, girl, hopefully, and I'm just wishing well for her. All right, this video is gonna be long because we got some other things to talk about. I want to talk about this 50 Cent situation, because a lot of folks were disagreeing with 50 Cent's son. And I was like, I don't think he's wrong. So 50 Cent's son was doing this little live stream or something with somebody, and he was talking about $6,700 is not a lot of money. He was saying $6,700 is not a lot of money for like child support. And a lot of people were saying, yeah, that's enough, like that's a lot of money, That's not a lot of money considering how much money 50 Cent's made. That's not a lot of money. $6,700, no ma'am. No ma'am. I don't know why folks seem to think that because you are barely surviving off of it. That's how you should be. No, ma'am. We need to be doing more than surviving. We need to be straight to the point that if I miss a week or two off of work, I'm not immediately in debt. So you might be able to survive off of $600-700 and doing other stuff, but for somebody who is a child of a celebrity, has to have like other levels of protection and stuff. Their expenses are a little bit more higher than the average person. So I don't know why folks think, oh, they lavish, they just live in lavish. You know what? Honestly, I don't care if 50 Cent was out here having these babies everywhere. You need to pay up. Like, each one of your children should be living the same lifestyle as you. Like, because that what would happen if y'all were married and y'all were in a relationship. So what's the issue? So y'all be out here like having all these offspring everywhere, and then y'all don't want to take care of it. It's like, oh, well, this is enough. Y'all don't need all that. And y'all do that to spite the mother. That's what happens. They do that to spite the mother. Like, you're not going to live off of me. It's like, girl, I'm raising our child. It's not about living. It's about, I need to be able to have a comfortable life that I'm not stressed out raising our child. And I don't care about no 50 Cent film, period. Like, girl, like, pay up $600-700. It's not a lot of money to him. He said what he said, point blank, period. I think we seem to want to put, oh, these children are spoiled. I can do a lot with $600-700 a month. It's like, girl, like, how is this affecting you? How is him asking for more money from his parent? Like, how is, from his very well-off father, how is that affecting you? How is that? Some folks want to be so self-righteous and say, I can do a lot with $600. I'll be able to do it. You should be able to get more. If this person has more and you're the child, they need to be paying. You need to be out here living this, like, almost the equivalent life as your parent. Why would you want your child barely getting by? And like, what is going on? That's crazy to me. That's crazy. And I think everybody keeps pressing and putting themselves in that situation. And what they'll be glad to do, like, be glad to receive $600-700. So they just like, oh, well, you too much. Give it to me. I'll do something with it with $600-700. I'm just like, girl, I don't know. But the whole thing, it had me like, it ain't enough. It ain't enough. So let's talk about Kanye West. Speaking of enough, Kanye West, foolishness. Oh my gosh. Like, these new, I can't say it because I ain't finna be banned on YouTube, but baby, they are not playing with him. They is lighting up. Do you hear me? They are lighting him up. Like, they're pulling interviews left and right. Like, they're dropping what's names. Like, it's not looking good for him. It's not looking good. Social media has taken him down. Instagram, Twitter, for his, anti what's name claims. And I'm not really surprised that he thinks like that on his way to this, this agenda. It was only a line. It's a line. Like, it's the same thing. Actually, one of my favorite YouTubers, Lectual, did a video a while back about how a lot of these Hotep-ish folks have similar views than these like white supremacists. Like, they have the same ideology, like the same. And it's the real thing. Like, Kanye West. There's even like a story now that says when he did an interview, a podcast like some while back, he said he supports Hitler. He said he believes in Nazis. They said they scrapped the interview, they stopped it, and they pulled it. But this was a couple years ago. Like, that man, I don't know, girl. I'm not no doctor. I'm not no psychiatrist. I'm not any of that. But I am just tired of hearing Kanye West. He's been spewing anti-black stuff for a while. So he's been out here saying all type of idiotic stuff about black folks. Been saying slavery's choice, all that stuff. Ain't nobody did nothing. Still had him on fashion shows. Still was giving him deals. Still was doing all that. And then the moment he started saying something about, it's like, oh, girl, we really got to do something. It's like, girl, It's okay if he's saying all the anti-black stuff. It's okay. But the moment he said something like that, it's just like, oh, well, this is what he already was on his way to it. He was already on his way. Y'all was giving him deals and doing all this stuff. Now it's, oh, now y'all shocked and surprised. It's like, oh my God. It's like, I'm not really surprised that he's thinking like that. I'm not surprised. And I'm wondering what they're going to do with him. Like, I am tired of hearing about him. But I'm going to cover it as long as it's in the news, it is relevant to other conversations. I'm going to have a talk about it. So, girl, I don't know. How do y'all feel about Kanye West? Please be very responsible in the comment section, child. We trying to be, girl, listen. Yeah. So I want to talk about my fave, Brandy. Y'all saw the news where Brandy was hospitalized after having a reported seizure. And she dropped a message and she said that, you know, she is getting some rest and she's feeling better. And this is what she had to say. To my beloved fam, friends, and stars, thank you for sending love and light my way. I am following doctor's orders and getting the rest I need due to dehydration and low amounts of nutrition. Thank you for your prayers and support. Grateful for you all. See you soon. So I'm glad that she released the message. I'm thankful that she is getting the rest and doing what she needs to do. Cause baby, the girls were shook. I know I was shook. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like this was a lot. This was a lot. This is my fave. I love her dearly. Love her music, love her talent, and love her as a person. And this whole situation was like, it was scary. Like, girl, like it was scary. So yes, we all need to be getting our rest. We need to be taking care of ourselves the best way we can in this world that is fighting against us. I've been trying to make sure that I'm doing a better job of hydrating myself and making sure that I'm eating, because sometimes I'll go a minute before I eat, and then when I get ready to eat, it's like I need to rush to eat. And just trying to do a better job of doing that. So it's very, very important that we take care of ourselves and take care of the body that we have so it can continue to support us in all our things. That's all I got in this video, honey. I did want to talk about Candace Owens and her, like, girl, this whole Candace Owens thing. Candace Owens dropped a little video, audio that was supposed to be Kim Kardashian talking crazy about Whitney Houston, leaving a voicemail on Ray J's phone some years ago. A lot of folks are saying it sounds very edited. It sounds heavily edited. You can tell this is not it. On the audio, it sounds like that she was saying that Whitney Houston was a crackhead. I hate using that word. I hate that term so much. But she was saying that, and she was like, just going off on Ray J. It's like, I can't believe you out here doing this with her, and da 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 da. I don't know. I don't trust Candace Owens. I don't trust her at all. I don't trust this video. I don't. And I like, anytime you got me out here defending. Y'all got me out here defending Kim Kardashian, like, girl, it's a mess. But it's just a mess. Candace Owens, I don't trust her. I don't trust her at all. But Kim Kardashian has said she had to increase security at her with her kids because of Kanye West and all of his antics and stuff might cause harm to his children. I'm very curious to how these children are gonna be next 10, 15 years. Like, are they gonna hate this man? Because Kanye West, I don't know, girl. It's not looking good, y'all. It's not looking good. I don't know. I'm getting a bad feeling about it. And I won't speak on it too much. But I'm getting a bad feeling about all of these things. So I'm gonna leave it at there. Cardi B's birthday party was a success until Jamie Foxx was not let in. Somebody said that Jamie Foxx was not let into Cardi B's birthday party, her 30th birthday party. Said that Jamie tried to get in and he was denied. Now there's reports saying that Jamie could get in, but he was trying to bring his crew in. It was like 10 plus folks. Like, he was trying to get in and they was like, nope. And he was upset. He was pissed. He was like, this isn't, I don't like this. So I don't know. But Jamie Foxx is a legend. He should have been in there. But if Jamie Foxx was coming in with 20 other folks, no, turn your ass back around. I'm only letting one folks in. They said the party was packed. I can imagine it was packed, hella packed. But it looked like that she had a really good time. Like, everybody had a good time. For the pictures looked amazing. Cardi B looked amazing. All of that other stuff. Girl, it's some other things I can talk about. I'm probably gonna save it for tomorrow because I definitely want to talk about that sweetie situation. Oh, but we ran out of time. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.